en la próxima. Hasta entonces, que pasen muy bonito día. Cuídense mucho.
You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Good Morning Vail on TV8. I hope you had the most fantastic weekend. We're ready to kick off our week with some wonderful guests this morning. I'm your host, Liz, and we are super ready to enjoy our day. So let's kick back and enjoy Good Morning Vail. It starts right now.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Let's see what the weather brings us today and for the rest of the week. Today we have partly cloudy skies. By 8 a.m. it'll be 48 degrees. Your high today is 75, and we have a 15% chance of precipitation. Winds west-southwest coming at us 5 to 10 miles per hour. As we take a look at the full day, partly cloudy skies throughout the day. By noon, 70. By 4 p.m., 73. And cloudy skies by 8 p.m. and 63 degrees. As we take a look at the I-70 corridor, still nice and hot in Denver, 91 degrees today, and partly cloudy throughout the entire region. 15% chance of precipitation in Vail and 75 degrees, 82 in Eagle, and 15% chance of rain, and 20% chance of rain here in Avon, and 78 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Tonight, your overnight low is 48 degrees, and we have a 20% chance of overnight rain. The sun tonight will set at 7:25 p.m. Now we take a look at the full week, and it looks like we have mostly cloudy skies and a couple of scattered thunderstorms coming our way. Tomorrow on Tuesday, 25% chance of precipitation, partly cloudy skies, 73 degrees for your high and 48 degrees for your low. And then Tuesday, we do expect some rain and afternoon thunderstorms, 50% chance of same. 71 for your high, 47 for your low. On Thursday, partly cloudy skies, 74 for your high and 46 degrees for your low. Then we have partly cloudy skies on Friday, 71 is your high and 43 degrees is your low. And then when we get to Saturday, we have a 15% chance of precipitation, 73 degrees for your high and 45 degrees for your low. So we can feel those fall temperatures coming in. Get ready to enjoy a beautiful day. This is Good Morning Vail on TV8, and we'll be right back.
Good morning, Vail.
Stevie Lee Woods presents Nashville Roadhouse Live, where country meets rock and roll.
It's where I drank my first beer, where I found Jesus, where I wrecked my first car, I tore it all to pieces. Join us every week for more live performances right here on Nashville Roadhouse Live.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Hi there! Are you ready to explore famous neighborhoods from New York City to Kentucky? Watch The Neighborhood with host Nicole Newman. Featuring famous people, unique history, and delicious places to eat and drink. Our viewers get an inside personal look at each neighborhood. With each episode we learn, grow, laugh, and live like a local, not just a visitor. Welcome to The Neighborhood. Check your local program schedule and tune in.
Welcome back to the show. It is your Monday edition of Good Morning Vail on TV8. I'm your host, Liz, and I have some wonderful guests with me today from Mountain Youth. What's going on, you guys? I have Marcus and Michelle, and you guys hold some pretty great positions over there at Mountain Youth. So before we get to talking about all the great things that you guys have going on, why don't you introduce yourselves and let us know what you do for Mountain Youth and how long you've been there and all the other good stuff.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
I'm Marcus Carter. I am Senior Manager of Engagement and Partnerships. So I manage a couple of our youth prevention and intervention programs.
Okay.
Handle some organizational like collaboration coalition work within the community.
Nice.
And I also do some internal HR.
Ooh, you
Yeah,
have a lot of hats.
Yes, for
Yes, you
sure. The
do.
handyman of Mountain Youth.
Oh, that's so funny. That's really cute. I love that. And then, Michelle, you've been with Mountain Youth for how long now?
I have been with Mountain Youth for 13 years.
Wow.
And yeah, I serve as the executive director over there. So I get to help support the staff team with all of our different efforts.
That's amazing. And you guys just absolutely love your jobs. I can see it in your faces. You look excited to talk about what you guys have coming up. Now, everybody thinks, oh, when summer's gone, all the activities go away. And that is so not the case, especially here in our community. So, first of all, I'd like to know how Mountain Youth got established. And how did you guys come up with this great idea to keep all of our kids collectively content?
Yeah, so Mountain Youth was founded in 2001, so we've been going on for over 2 decades. And we were originally founded with a group of folks that work with kids and with families, and they wanted to have a central entity that helped support all those agencies. So schools, nonprofits, even businesses that work with kids and families. So we were really initiated as a convener, as a collaborative to bring them together and make sure that we were all focused on kind of what is most important in the lives of kids and families. So what's going well so we can continue to boost that, and then needs that we can all rally around together.
I think that's marvelous. I wish I had something like that when I was a child, because it just seems to bring more activities towards the youth's way, and as well as just communication and ways to get along and all the other great things. So that's why we're super happy to have you guys here. And I don't want to hold off anymore, because I know you have a major list of all these great activities and events that you have coming up for the fall season. So what would you like to start off with telling us about?
So we did have a very busy summer, and like you said, Liz, we are on high gear for the summer for sure. Oftentimes kids and families are craving more activities, more ways to connect when school's out, and we particularly focus on the middle school and high school population in the summer. So we had a lot of fun free events, many of them planned and led by young people for their peers.
Oh, that's so
And
cute.
that's really a model we try to embrace. For youth by youth, with us adults there just to support them.
Yeah.
And then the school year started, and it seemed like we did not skip a beat. So we went full force right into the school year, and we have a lot of programming going on. So we are kind of, the rest of September looks like a handful of community education efforts.
Nice.
So September 24th, we're bringing our first Eat Chat Connect of the school year in. We're going to have Dr. Lisa Metzer speaking about the effects of sleep and technology. So she's an expert on those two and how they come together. So she'll be sharing both what the research shows as concerns and dangers with technology in young people, and how to create certain boundaries and parameters at home, and then also speaking to how that really has a big impact on sleep, not only for young people, but for us as adults as well.
So basically, the amount of time we spend on the computers actually can affect our sleep patterns.
Yeah, computers, but also television and smartphones. And one of her big pieces, and it might seem obvious, is if we keep our devices, and our children especially, by their bedside,
Yes.
it's very distracting. So it's
I
hard to
agree.
get a quality sleep.
I actually put my phone in the living room when I go to bed
Oh,
at
that's
night,
great.
because I just know that I'm going to be. They've really taken over our lives, haven't they?
They really have.
Well, that sounds like an amazing thing, and I think the kids will also get a grasp on figuring out their time limits on these things, so they
Sure.
can maybe do other activities, which I'm
Right.
sure you guys have coming.
Yeah, so we've got more, and all of our activities are free for kids and families. And
Oh, that's so
more
nice.
information on mountainyouth.org, which we'll mention a few times.
Yeah.
So then later that week, toward the end of September on the 29th, we have our first Move Chat Connect of the school year, which is a similar program, but we integrate some physical activity with time being so valuable. It's a great way to make the most for parents and families all together of their their time. So September 29th, we're partnering with Seagull Cycles for the 3rd year in a row, along with Vail Valley Mountain Trails Association, Eagle Valley Outdoor Movement, and Vail Valley Rides. So we're all going to come together and meet at Seagull Cycles on the 29th for a bike scavenger hunt. So we'll have kind of different stations. VVMTA will have bikes available. So if you don't have your own bike or even know how to ride, you can come and we'll take care of that aspect. And it's about, coming together and sharing a fun experience.
I think that's wonderful. I love scavenger hunts anyway. They're just super fun, right? I know. Well, some people don't. I don't know why. So that's really marvelous. And I like the fact that these programs are for no cost for the kids, because we have people of all different monetary backgrounds here, and I don't like seeing some kids miss out just because they can't afford something. So this is wonderful what you guys do.
Yeah, and we also always have interpretation. So whether you speak Spanish or English, you can come out and get it in the language of your choice.
Wow.
We always provide free meals and then childcare if there's really young kids. So after, or actually before those, we have an Aprendiendo Juntos, which is our Spanish.
God bless you. What
Thank you. It means learning together, Aprendiendo Juntos, and that's our Spanish strand. So while we always have interpretation, we also have a series that is fully in Spanish.
I love that.
So that'll be next week, our kickoff for the year with a Zumba. And that's going to be at the Gypsum Rec Center, September 19th.
That's amazing. We should have you talk to Julio about that too.
Oh, yes.
For our Latin programming, because that just sounds like right up his alley too. That is wonderful. I can't believe all the great things you guys do, and I know you have more.
Yeah, and so I'll wrap it up on the community education, and then Marcus has some exciting events to share too.
Nice.
So another big piece of Mountain Youth, and it was part of our initiation as an organization, is to make sure the community has current data showing the needs and strengths of what's going on with kids and families. And so we've conducted some data assessments recently, and we are now touring those findings around in the community. We want to have conversations about what we're seeing and understand if this aligns with what other folks are seeing or what we need to work on collectively. And so we're wrapping up we're calling them our community listening tours, gallery walks. So we have our last one this week at the Vail Library, and it's been a great opportunity to engage with the community. Once we wrap up those in-person ones, we'll have a video recorded and all the materials online. We didn't want to jump the gun and do that first, and dissuade people from coming in person.
Gotcha.
So yeah, we're excited about that. And then lastly, we have I'll let Marcus take over with some of the points from here on, because while we've been a youth serving organization, we're branching into serving young adults in that 18 to 25 population.
I think it's wonderful, and I also feel like if they get involved with something like this, maybe some of the other temptations for kids won't be as tempting.
Certainly.
Because they have all these other outlets to experience that are healthy and joyful.
Yes. Absolutely.
So go ahead, Marcus. Let me hear what you have.
Yeah. So
you got a lot.
Right. The country actually, we consider 18 to 25 still youth.
Oh,
so
even 25. I love that.
Our brain is actually still developing up to the age of 25.
That's what I keep hearing lately. I was like, really? No wonder I made so many bad decisions when I was a teenager.
Exactly. Kind of a mindset change, right?
Yeah, it really is.
And so we're starting to do some focus groups and really put some more attention on the underserved age group of 18 to 25 in this valley. So we have a focus group coming up this weekend, actually, at the Eagle Climbing Gym. You go, it's a free meal. We'll do some focusing around some questions that really the concerns and the wants and the needs that young adults have in this community, and then a free climbing after that. And then the next day on Monday, we'll have coffee and some snacks and a focus group at CMC.
That's amazing. I mean, really, what a great experience for these kids. Wow, I love that. And then they get the opportunity to learn how to do a climbing wall if they haven't had the chance yet.
Yeah.
I think that's a beautiful
let their
thing.
opinion be known. They can sign up at mountainyouth.org for that. RSVP would be great. And then we have our Guiding Good Choices. We're just starting that this year. It's a free parenting course. So a lot of times, as kids are going from elementary into middle school, there's a big shift there, right? A lot more conversations are probably needing to be had with our kids because they're going to be going through a lot more things like temptations like you're talking about, and just have more questions.
Sure.
How are they going to be able to express their values, their home values, their family values, when there's so many things going on that really makes them question those values?
I understand that.
Yeah, and so Guiding Good Choices is really around centering a strong family unit It gives skills around how to build a healthy family through certain evidence-based activities, and how to really instill and maintain a family meeting.
That is magnificent. I mean, I think all parents, whether they have that experience or not or anything like that, there's nothing wrong with getting new ideas and new ways to communicate with your kids, because there's a lot of things that are going on and as the world changes.
Yes.
We have people like you guys to, kind of bring it into the lives of the families, and the parents can get an idea as to maybe how they can approach different changes, or if they're having identity issues or anything like that.
Absolutely.
Yay.
Yeah. And to connect more parents together.
Yes.
There's so many, not only support systems and organizations here in the Valley, but also other parents and caregivers who have the skills, have the experiences to really support each other.
You guys are magnificent, and I can't thank you both enough for being here. It goes by so fast when you're talking about all the wonderful things you do. So mountainyouth.org is the place to get in touch, and that's where you can find out about all these wonderful things that Marcus and Michelle have been talking about this morning. And I just can't thank you enough for all the things that you both do for the children of our community. Kids, children, youth. I'll say youth. But thank you so much, you guys. I really appreciate it. It's Michelle and Marcus from Mountain Youth. Mountainyouth.org. Go check it out to find out about all the great activities they have coming up for this fall season. This is Good Morning Vail on TV8, and we will be right back.
Good morning, Vail.
It's time for the best coverage of the top stories in sports. The Sports Wrap with Jason Page starts now.
How do you make Anthony Edwards the face of your franchise if you're the Minnesota Timberwolves? We'll get into that. And we say hello to our good friend Matt Verderam, who hangs out with us from SI.com. Their NFL insider, one of them, is hanging out with us on the program today. Did you see Caitlin Clark last night? She put up a 40-burger, hits the game-winning three as time expires. Let's turn our attention to the Denver Broncos, one of the NFL's most dysfunctional situations.
The Sports Wrap with Jason Page.
From small towns to big cities and everywhere in between, we're covering the great things that are happening right now in the USA. This is Positively America with Ernie Anastas.
Each week, we're going to focus on the great things that are happening every day in the USA. We'll feature change makers.
In every older person, there's a younger person saying, how did this happen?
Innovators.
I talk about design the way some people might talk about like the person they're in love with.
Doers and dreamers.
You can use that recognition to pay it forward.
Ordinary Americans accomplishing extraordinary things.
When you smile, you receive one back most of the time.
We're going to prove to you that optimism and hope are paving the way to an even brighter tomorrow.
We've got a lot of programs that are specifically focused on the children of our fallen heroes.
At Positively America, our mission is to feature good news.
For the latest and greatest trends in pop entertainment, Popstar Today brings you compelling celebrity lifestyle stories that matter most to you. From movies, music, TV, and streaming shows, to fashion, social media influencers, and the latest on who is seeing who. Join host Elizabeth Stanton as she digs deep and dives in. This is Popstar Today.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show. It's your Monday edition of Good Morning Vail on TV8. I'm your host, Liz, and I love having the guests that we have today because it's really about feelings, community, and getting our hearts in the right place. And one of my favorite, actually you're my favorite rabbi
That's
here
very
in the
kind.
community. I really think you are. This is Rabbi David Mintz from Chabad Vail. I did it right this time. Yay! And the first thing I want to let everybody know is that this is not a discussion we're going to have. It has not, it really, this is not about religion. This is about humanity.
Correct.
And this is something that is very important that you guys are going to be hosting coming up. And her name is Moran Stella Yanai. Now, this brave woman who is going to be chatting with you guys was a hostage for the Hamas.
Correct.
And I mean, it just chills me to the bone just even bringing it up. But the fact that this brave woman is going to come and discuss everything and her experiences is huge. Now, why do you feel that no matter what religion you are, that people should just show up to this?
So it's very important. A lot of times people feel they're on the right side, they're on the left side, they're religious or they're non-religious. This is something that can truly bring everybody together. The terrorist Hamas organization did not differentiate between, was Stella, was Moran, a religious individual? Was she on the right side? Is she in the IDF? She would not serve in the army. They just took her because she's simply Jewish. And, it was just horrible. And the fact that we can learn almost from that is like, something we can learn almost from those terrorists, that we should just love everybody and care for humanity the same exact way, whether they're on the right side, whether they're on the left side, whether religious, observant, non-observant, you name it, whatever their color, race and so on and so forth. Just simply love them, care for them, uplift them, no matter who, no matter when, and no matter where. And this is a lesson that she's going to help us with endurance, with hope, and with faith, to share her incredible story of survival. She was actually captured twice and escaped at the Nova Festival, the music festival.
Oh, wow.
Where, yes, incredible. And the third time when she tried to escape, she broke her leg. And therefore, so she's got a real story to tell. She was just returning from Thailand, a trip that she was yearning to do. She came back and she set up her wish. Her wish was her first jewelry stand. And she was selling jewelry at the festival. And that's where she was kidnapped. And this was a dream of hers, to sell her personal jewelry. She's a poet herself. She's 40 years old. What a young girl and an incredible individual. Her hope, her endurance, her faith, just this is what we want people to hear, whether you're Jewish, whether you're not. This is, like you mentioned earlier, Liz, all about humanity.
That's correct. And I can't even imagine what kind of horrors must have been going through not just her mind, but everybody involved. I can't. I mean, my goosebumps are just burning my skin right now. A 40-year-old woman who just has a dream of her life vacation comes back and is enjoying the one thing that does bring us all together, which is music.
Correct,
and
music.
art and creativity and fun and all of that stuff, and then it got interrupted. Now, I know that this is not about blame, and it's not about, I mean, of course, in the end, there are political issues and things like that, but this is not what we're talking about here. We are talking about trying to figure out how we can all work together, get along, and if we listen to her story, perhaps maybe some people that think one way will maybe understand a little bit more and maybe change their outlook and have a lighter view towards whichever direction that they're going.
Correct. Everybody's so opinionated and has so many different feelings, but this is like the perfect time to really come together as a community, whether you're Jewish or not.
Right, that's what I think.
And really listen to what she has to say, to learn and hear her plea, not only about what she has to say, but the plea about all the others that are still, there's over 100 hostages that are still, the 6 hostages that were just brutally murdered exactly a week ago. The mom of one of the American hostages that was murdered, Rachel Goldberg Poland, she said, all I want to do is, when she got up there by the funeral, the eulogy, she said, all I want to share is with everybody. I want to give God my thanks for having my dear, son for 23 years. And, it's not about what could have been, what should have been, all about gratefulness and thankfulness for what she did have.
That's amazing.
Not to blame, and not to blame the politicians, and not to blame the army, and not to blame the terrorist organization, not to blame the people, all thanking God for what she had. And that's really what we have to come around together for, that we're all God's children, no matter what, no matter where we come from, and this is something that we can all come together for. And this is why I encourage each and every person to show up. It's going to be a full house. It's going to be, a lot of people standing and coming together to hear what she has to say. The reservations are are really filling up. I encourage everybody to reach out if they are interested in
And
participating.
what do they do and where is it
So
at?
jewishvail.com is our website. You can go on there and reserve today. It's Thursday evening at the Chabad Jewish Center in Lions Head Village, directly across the parking lot from the parking structure. And we'll make sure there's room for as many people as we can get in. This is an important event. We want everybody that's able and willing to participate to come and share in this incredible evening.
Man, I swear, this is just incredible because, first of all, I feel like bitterness has no place in a situation like
Correct.
this. Now, I see so much division, and people, if they think they're right, they just will not open their
Open up.
mind or their heart to listen to what maybe somebody has a different view has to say. But if they go and listen to this brave woman,
Correct.
and they hear somebody that's been through hell, because that's hell.
That's
okay.
yeah.
I mean, I can't even imagine. I've been through a lot in my life,
Right,
but that's
but not like this.
No. And so for people to maybe sit back and watch this incredibly brave, remarkable woman talk about not only survival, but the fear, and she probably had a first-hand look at the other side.
Correct.
And seeing what they're going through.
Correct.
And how they're, because like they're going by orders, I'm assuming.
Absolutely.
So I just think that there might have been a humanitarian side even over there that she
Correct.
might have caught on to.
Correct.
And then she can share that with us. And then people can really realize, you know, we are all one big entity here, and we all have to learn how to appreciate each other.
Correct.
And if I'm Jew, well, Shyam, I was raised Jewish.
That's right.
So if I'm Jewish and you hate me because of that, well, I'm not going to say shame on you, because maybe you just don't understand, or maybe you have a
Right.
fear. So maybe if the person that hates me for that purpose alone went to this event,
Correct.
they can
This-
open their minds.
Correct. This is that opportunity. This is the moment for them to just push yourself through that door. Give yourself that opportunity to learn, to be willing to see something from a different perspective, and to learn about the atrocities, to learn about what's going on. We will have a question and answer session with
Nice.
her. So if there are specific questions that you might have, this is the time to really come together to hear what she has to say. And not only that, it's not only about her herself that she was suffering. Her family was brought into this as well, as the Hamas took her cell phone and was sending messages to her dad and her family asking for ransom money.
Ugh.
So you can only imagine it doesn't affect her alone, this affects her entire family. They threatened her that if she does not convert, she would die.
Wow.
And if she did convert, she will be able to be released quicker. So this is an incredible story here. This is an incredible background of what happened in 54 days. And there's some of them that are going to be there for over a year. And this is what she wants people to hear their plea, to hear their story, to come together. Perhaps one person has that moment where they can make a difference. Each and every one of us, through prayer, through connections, and so on and so forth, can perhaps bring this to an end.
And if you're curious as to knowing how she was able to be one of the lucky people to get out, I mean, I don't know if she pretended to convert. We don't know any of this. But when we show up, we can find out what tools she used to survive and to obviously get released. And if we could just pray for everybody else that is
Correct.
still over there,
Yes.
and hope that we can come to some sort of closure on this eventually, because this has gone on for way too long.
Correct.
And not, like you said, not just the hostages are struggling and suffering, the families of these people are
As well.
struggling and suffering. And I think that if we have this experience together, maybe everybody can work together to find
Correct.
solutions.
Well said.
Thank you.
you. Yes,
Thank
that was
you.
well put. And I usually come on the show to share all the good festivals
I
and
know.
Hanukkah and Passover.
I
We eat the matzah on the
know.
show. We light the candles on the
That's
show.
right.
We're always coming together for good times. Hopefully, I'll be able to come back very soon and
Yes, you
share
will.
the good news that all the release of all the hostages should be very soon. There should be peace and tranquility, happiness and joy. We can each return to our families in peace and harmony, and a world where we can all get along and be kind to one another, share one another, grow from one another,
right.
and inspire one another and be there for one another.
You always make me so emotional when you come here. I swear,
So,
it's like
no,
so
that's right.
crazy.
That's the truth.
But that is the biggest
Yes.
issue right now, and I can't thank you enough for being here.
Thank you for having me, Liz.
It's my pleasure. Tell everybody one more time where to go and when.
So jewishvail.com, and it's Thursday evening. The doors will open at 5:30 p.m. and Moran will begin her story at 6 p.m.
This is intense. This is something that everybody here in our community should go check out. Please make sure you make yourself available this Thursday evening. And I can't thank you guys enough for bringing this beautiful person to our community and giving her the platform to speak.
Thank you for having me.
It's Rabbi Dovid Mintz, everybody from Chabad Vail. And please, I hope to see you on Thursday evening. This is Good Morning Vail on TV8, and we'll be right back.
Good morning, Vail.
Hi, I'm Ben Belgrad, and I'm the owner of Drinking Vessels here at Bat Country Studios in Minturn. And I've been in the Valley for 7 years. I moved to the Valley because a friend helped me to get my vision off the ground, building my glass studio here, and being so close to snowboarding. So here at the studio, we're acting as a broker for 50 to 100 artists from around the country. We also offer glassblowing classes, and we bring many artists from around the country here to be able to work and create art collaboratively and be so close to skiing and all the activities we have here in the Valley. Here at Drinking Vessels, we specialize in handmade glass drinkware from artists around the country and around the world. Some of these are produced as more of an item you could get in sets and kind of get different color options as time goes on. And some of these are completely one of a kind and really high-end art that's unlike anything people have seen before. While I'm an artist myself here at the studio, I'm representing between 50 and 100 other artists from around the country. And most of these artists are able to spend most of their time working on their art while we help handle their marketing and their sales and the distribution and representation, allowing them more time to focus on their art. That's really my privilege in running this business, is creating that support and providing that platform for this big group of artists that are part of a movement that's very important to me.
I'm Clinton Griffiths, the host of Ag Day Television. Get the latest news about crops, livestock, rural living, and so much more from our award-winning team. Follow the food you eat from the field to the store to your table every day, because what's happening on the farm matters to you and your family. Watch Ag Day weekdays.
In America's heartland, living close to the land, there's a love for the country and a pride in the brand. In America's heartland, living close to the land. In America's heartland, close to the land.
Every day around the world, when tragedy, danger, and disaster strike, when life and death hang in the balance, we look to the heroes among us.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome to the TV8 Weather Center. Let's take a look and see what the day brings outside. 48 degrees as of 8 a.m. Your high today is only 75. Those fall feels are coming through. 15% chance of precipitation today with partly cloudy skies. We're going to take a look right now to see what the full day brings. Partly cloudy throughout the entire day. By noon, it will be 70 degrees. By 4 p.m., 73. Partly cloudy skies throughout the evening. 8 p.m., 63 degrees and cloudy as we take a look at the full day in the I-70 corridor. Over in Denver, 91 degrees and partly cloudy skies in Vail with 15% chance of precipitation, 75 degrees, 82 degrees in Eagle with a 15% chance of precipitation and 20% chance of same here in Avon, and 78 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Now the weather won't matter. Wednesday evening, we have something really very big special event coming on right here at TV8. It's through the Vail Valley Business Women's Event, and we are hosting them on Wednesday. The fabulous Danielle Turner is going to be heading up this wonderful event. Now we're going to take a look and see at the interview so you guys can get excited as well as we are to find out what to do on Wednesday and to show up here at TV8 Vail.
It's a morning filled with wonderful nonprofits here on Good Morning Vail, and we've got just that. Not only am I joined by the one and only Danielle Turner from TV8, who we're always so grateful for because you do so much for our community and you do so much for this TV station, so I always have to give you the biggest shout out.
It's always a pleasure to be here with you, Betty.
It's always a pleasure for me too, because there's nothing better than powerful women, so we're going to continue with the theme of powerful women because we've got the Vail Valley business women, excuse me. Joining me on the couch, I've got Jill and Dana. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us this morning.
Awesome. Thanks to both of you for letting us come back. Yeah.
Now, this is a wonderful nonprofit that's been here in the community for quite some time.
Since 1977.
And it's a great way for women in the community to get involved and not only make a difference in our community, but also in their own lives.
Absolutely. Our events are throughout the valley once a month, and our events contain different topics. So we bring in speakers, we bring in topics, which we're going to learn about here with TV8. We also do have just time for networking. Lots of friendships are made. It's a great organization.
It is a great organization, and it's really powerful and impactful here in the community because we live in a male-dominated community. And so to see this group of powerful women come together and not only inspire each other, but help each other grow and give each other the opportunity to maybe shift careers or maybe learn a new skill, it really does make a difference.
Absolutely, it really does. Also, we are all probably glued to our computers and in a mindset on a daily basis that's super focused on our own businesses. And I think it is good for us to get out and network with one another, grow socially as well, and learn what the Vail Valley has to offer. We've learned about so many new businesses in the Vail Valley that I would never have known about had it not been attending these monthly events.
Which I think just shows the possibilities that come with being a part of this incredible 501c3. Now, if people at home are watching this and they're like, wow, I've never heard, how do I get involved? What's the first step?
Well, you could go to our website, which is vvbw.org, vailvalleybusinesswomen.org, and we have an events page that lists where we're going to have our next event. RSVP to that, come. They're amazing, they're fun. Everybody is smiling and laughing and talking, and it's a blast. So come to the event, learn more about it by attending. We also have board positions available that are open right now, and our board transitions every September and through September and October. So if you have a desire to be on a board, it is a working board. You do put time in to it. We have 3 positions open right now. We have a member at large, which is primarily focused on fundraising. We have the secretary position is available as well, and programming. And programming helps outline who our speakers are going to be for the year.
Which is so incredible, and that brings me to what's taking place here next week.
Yeah, we are thrilled to be hosting next week's event on Wednesday, 9/11. Here at 5:30 at the station, and our talk for this week is going to be about kind of diversifying your media, as you and I both know.
Yes.
People consume media in so many different ways. Yes. It's not about TV, it's not all about radio, it's not all about print. You have to be in a variety of places, and so we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're also going to have a lot of fun. The cameras are going to be going that night. We're going to teach people a little bit about the behind the scenes and kind of share what we do on a regular basis. And then, of course, there'll be some great food. Tracy Miller with Colorful Cooking, one of our very good friends, will be catering the event that evening. And so we're really excited to have everybody come out.
It's so incredible to see all of you guys as powerful women sitting here talking about this and giving people the opportunity to expand their horizons, grow their business, grow their media outlets, because like you said, it is so diverse and it changes so quickly, and we live in a place where the space and the time of media is vastly different day to day. And so to have someone such as yourself, who's been an expert in this space for so long, give this advice is so wonderful.
And I'm thrilled to be able to do it. I mean, as you said, it's an ever-changing landscape, and you really have to stay on top of how you're marketing your business.
Right.
And so hopefully we'll be able to share a few tips. And I think the thing that you and I hear the most from people is that they're afraid to do this, which frankly, pretty important for your business to be able to share your story.
Yes.
But they're afraid to sit down the way we are sitting down here. And
Right.
so we're gonna be able to share with people a little bit how it's not scary. And you can do this.
It's not scary at all. You just have to embrace the flaws that come your way. As someone who's tripped on camera, almost choked on food on camera, it's just one of these things. But it is important, and that's one of the wonderful aspects too, is because sometimes women get a little insecure. And we are our own worst enemies, and you guys help give the confidence for women to grow in this aspect.
Absolutely.
Yes, and not only is it just we invite women to do a elevator speech. There are some women that don't want to take or some humans that don't want to even take that 60-second opportunity to introduce themselves. So that's one example. But I think coming here and learning about how TV can show your personality, I think personalities come out a lot. And it's like you said, it's all TikTok right now, social media. And so whether you're doing a commercial here with TV8 or have the opportunity to visit TV8 and talk about your business, just the more time you can be in front of the camera, you get more comfortable every time. So with that too, we thank you so much, because we do get to come and visit regularly and share Vail Valley businesswomen stuff. And it's real important for us, and we're very grateful.
And one more time, what's the website so people can get involved?
It's vvbw.org. Stands for Vail Valley Businesswomen.
Good morning, Vail.
Experience the beauty of fall on the rails of the Leadville Railroad. Take in the cool mountain breeze as you climb to 11,000 feet to watch the vibrant reds, oranges, and golds of fall come alive. Enjoy delicious hot beverages, learn some history, and relax with family and friends. Create fall memories in the heart of the Rocky Mountains. Offering daily trips, the weekend specials sell out fast. To secure your seat, book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
Coming up this season on Ready, Set, Renovate, we see one couple fall in love with a waterfront fixer-upper.
It sort of wrapped its arms around us and said, you want me, and we did.
And watch as another battles over the budget.
We're trying to look through and see where we can trim at this point.
Are you looking to trim it, Ginger?
No.
No. Construction pros show us the right way to renovate.
Well, we had to do a roof over. We had to hand build a lot of the trusses.
As we're putting the thin set down, the self-leveler has a little clip that clips up underneath the edge of the tile.
This is Necklace. This easy-to-use, non-surgical alternative improves the appearance of sagging skin around your neck and jawline. Made from medical-grade tape, Necklace lasts up to 10 hours, giving you a firmer, smoother look all day long. Women everywhere are thrilled with the results.
Necklace is my time machine, and I'm loving life again.
Necklace is way better than surgery. It's cheaper and it's easier.
Use the on-screen QR code or visit sagnomore.com to order now. We even give you a money-back guarantee. Try Necklace today.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to your Monday edition of Good Morning Vail on TV8. I'm your host, Liz. The Vail Symposium came in last week and talked about their Mountain and Mines event. This is something super spectacular. I want you guys to all take a look at the interview and get ready for something really special that we have here in our community.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. I'm your host, Liz. We have a morning filled with wonderful guests, and you are a really wonderful guest. I love what you do in our community. You're like, really? I am?
Wow, it's a great way to start the week right
Why
there.
not?
Thank you.
This is James Kenley and everybody from the Vail Symposium, and you are the executive director. Yeah, you know, I tried touching him, but he wouldn't let me. So this is really exciting. The Vail Symposium is a really great organization here in our community.
Yeah.
And you guys really do a lot of things. They go from fun, they go to important, they go to serious, they go to really educational,
Yeah.
and so many other great things through the Vail Symposium. You were talking with me off camera. The first thing I want to touch is this mental health thing that you have coming up in September, which is just a couple of weeks away.
Just a few weeks away.
Now tell me all about that, because this is something that I think is really important in our community. I think our emotional well-being and mental health is really important. So what do you guys have planned?
Yeah, this is a big issue in our community, and it touches all of us.
Yes, it
so
does.
the program is called Mountains and Minds.
I like it.
The tagline is a mental health summit to strengthen community.
Wow.
So it's 2 days. It's Friday night, September 13th, and all day Saturday, September 14th, and there are a bunch of components to it. There are 3 of us that partnered to create it. So the Vail Symposium, the Valar Performing Arts Center, which is awesome, and that's where it'll be held. The Valar will be our host.
Okay.
And a guy named Benj Gershman,
who we know who
our
that is.
community should be familiar with. He's in OAR. He's a founding bass player for OAR.
Right.
He was here at the Mountain Games,
and
the
he
GoPro
played
Mountain
at
Games.
the Gerald Ford Amphitheater.
And they just sold out the
I
amphitheater.
know.
So when he was here for the GoPro Mountain Games in June, he spoke on the collab stage with an artist, a visual artist that our community is familiar with, named Pat Milbury. He has the Heart of the Valley artwork throughout the Avon roundabouts and the big mural in the rec center, and the parking structure in Vail and many other projects.
I love seeing all that. It just makes your day happy.
So Benj, in addition to being a rock star, also has just created a podcast called What Could Be Bad, and it's focused on elevating and destigmatizing mental health conversation.
Hey, I'm in competition.
So Benj, Cameron, and I got together at the Mountain Games and dreamed up an event that our community can really be proud of, focused on mental health.
That's wonderful. What are you gonna do there?
Yeah.
I want to know what kind of
So
activities, I guess.
Friday night is a nice dinner on the stage at the Valar Center. Only 100 people. Tables on the stage. And there's a program with our new friend named Adam Bornstein.
Okay.
Adam's a New York Times bestseller. He's a nutritionist. He's partnered with Arnold Schwarzenegger in a project called The Pump. So he will curate the dinner, crafting the menu.
It's all healthy, obviously.
And indeed it is. And we'll have a talk about the connection between nutrition and mental wellness. And so we'll all be sitting in nice tables on the Valar, looking up at all the seats.
Well, you're gonna be like stars eating.
Indeed.
I
So
like
that's Friday
that.
night. Saturday morning, there's a private event that starts the day. And people might be familiar with Chef Robert Irvine. He's a celebrity chef. Restaurant Impossible is the name of one of his
I've
shows.
heard of that.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
He has a foundation. One of the projects of the foundation is called Breaking Bread with Heroes. So his team is curating a breakfast for our local first responders, military, and veterans.
Oh, I love that.
So we're working on curating that group now. That'll start the day. And then the public program starts at 10 o'clock. During this program, in the Valar Center, we'll have live podcast recordings of Benj's podcast. So live audience, and Benj will talk with Pat Milbury. He'll talk with Chef Robert Irvine in those 2 podcast recordings. Judith Landau will present to us. She's an international, for us, she's a superstar. We're the geeks, right? So she's an intellectual superstar, but she consults with the World Health Organization on multi-generational trauma and resiliency modeling.
Okay.
So she'll present, and then she'll also participate in a panel with our local providers. Vail Health Behavioral Health, Speak Up, Reach Out, Your Hope Center, Early Childhood Partners,
Oh
et
my
cetera.
God, all the most amazing
So
organizations.
it's a national level conversation with a local lens.
I love this.
And so there are a few other components that are coming together throughout the day. The evening session, Saturday night, still at the Valar Center, we will be, I think, the 4th or 5th screening of a new film called Feel It All, created by Drew Peterson. Drew's a professional skier. He's an ultra runner. He's a shaggy blonde guy. You may recognize his picture if you see it.
His father didn't found Harley Davidson, did he?
You know, I can't speak to that. That's out of my depth.
I used to
there.
know
I
a
don't
Drew
know.
Peterson.
So Drew just did the Leadville 100.
Wow.
The film just came out last week. So we're going to screen the film. We'll talk with Drew, and then we have a concert with
you
our
guys
friend
are
Stephen
just
Kellogg.
killing it.
Yeah. So again, the mission is to elevate and destigmatize mental health conversation. And we really want people to get a sense of where we've come from here in Eagle County and this incredible investment and energy in the last few years to build out our infrastructure and our provider network and where we can go. So for folks who live here in Eagle County, we really want people to have an understanding of what's available here.
Yes.
And if you don't live here and you're coming up for the event, we want you to be able to have a conceptual understanding of the provider network here in Eagle County so that you can go home to wherever you live and know who to start talking to about how to enhance the experience in your local community.
I just think that's amazing, and we do have a lot of different outreaches, and so the fact is that everybody has something that can work for them and maybe not work for them. So the fact that you're going to introduce a variety to people gives them an understanding that, okay, maybe that doesn't work for me, but that might. So that's what's really, really special about this.
Yeah, good insight. Right on.
No, I love that.
There should be something for everyone in here. I would say it's family friendly. It's probably not young kid friendly. There'll be some heavy themes, right? We'll talk about depression and suicide. We'll talk about behavioral disorders and so on. So, but our teenagers in our community are feeling these issues and they're seeing them every day. And so we'll leave it to parental discretion. But for all the rest of us, for employers and employees, for athletes and adventurers, for academics and intellectuals, for people who are retired, grandparents, parents, there's something really for everyone in this conversation.
Absolutely. People can have lifelong mental health issues. People can have mental health issues that have just come about because of loss or anything like that, or health reasons. So there's always a way that somebody can reach out here in our community. And I just think it's really special that you're doing this and to have so many people in a beautiful atmosphere and with food and music. I mean, really, what could go wrong?
What could be bad?
No, I think this is what a beautiful thing you guys are doing. It's really a great commitment and something that's a service to our community. That's the most important. And when you bring up the youth, I think it's sort of important to them, depending on the age bracket, because we lose a lot of young people here.
We do.
To suicide, and it's very sad, and it hurts my heart. I've known many, and I just think that something that you are doing can bring light to such a subject where I believe the stigma is being lifted already. I think it needs a little bit more work because some people still feel like nervous or ashamed to go reach out.
Yep, and it's important to note there is a lot of energy around this in our community. We are it takes a village, and our village is working on this. And so we're not pretending like we've got a silver bullet or there's a solution. We're trying to contribute to the momentum, to highlight the people who are doing the work in our community, and to leverage some star power from these folks to help that sense of normalcy that we all wrestle with this in one time or another.
And it's interesting how sometimes a celebrity can just make us pay more attention than somebody that's just not a person that's on the main screen or something like. It's just interesting like that. But if they have an issue, I'm going to tune in because if they do, then it's normal. Interesting.
So September 13th and 14th, Mountains and Minds, and you can find more information at valarpac.org. The Valar Center is managing all the ticketing and all the info. So
that's wonderful.
PAC.
And then they have their Fall Underground Sound coming up, so we can find out about that also. Now we have just about a minute left. Is there anything else through the Vail Symposium that you'd like to share with everybody?
Well, maybe just for a bit of levity. This coming Saturday, August 31st, at 5 o'clock at Vail Mountain School in their auditorium, we are thrilled to welcome John Foley. He's a former solo captain of the Blue Angels.
Ooh, I love
He
that.
is a Top Gun. He flew with Tom Cruise in the films. He's energetic, motivational. This one is fully family friendly. He wants to engage with all the kids. He's going to share stories. The title is Flying Upside Down and 18 Inches Apart. Is the name of this program.
Wow, I love that. Flying upside down and 18 inches apart. I can really play with that title.
So a little bit of levity into the conversation.
Well, we need a little levity also,
Yeah.
because levity is also great for our mental health. So
Indeed it is.
This is exciting. Oh gosh, we're going to have somebody that was with Tom Cruise, and we have all this wonderful stuff. I can't thank you enough for being
Well,
here.
thank you for having
The Vail
me.
Symposium, one more time, give us the information how people can reach out and get information for what's going on.
VailSymposium.org is our website. We have 10 more programs before Halloween, and then we'll launch a full winter season sometime this fall.
Year-long help with the Vail Symposium, a wonderful organization. I cannot thank you enough for
Thank
being
you.
here with us. You guys
Thanks,
have a
Liz.
great time, and I look forward to all of the wonderful events that you have coming
Thank
up.
you so much.
I'm so happy to have him here. This is wonderful. Check it out, Vail Symposium, everybody, as well as the Villar Center's website. We'll be right back with more Good Morning Vail right after this.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Monday morning. I hope you enjoyed most of the show today. We're going to take a look at the weather and then send you off on your way. Today we have partly cloudy skies throughout the entire day. By noon it'll be 70 degrees, partly cloudy skies. 4 p.m. 73 degrees with partly cloudy skies, and then by 8 p.m. cloudy skies and 63 degrees. The sun sets tonight at 7:25 p.m. Get out there and enjoy your day. I would love to thank all of the great guests that we had. And we can't thank Mountain Youth enough for being here and all the wonderful things they do for the youth here in our community. Rabbi Dovid, with all of your passion and light, we love you and we appreciate you being here as well. And I want to remind everybody about this Wednesday here in the studios at TV8. Get on over here at 5:30. It's the Vail Valley Business Women's big event right here, hosted by Danielle Turner, our wonderful GM here at the station, and all of us other wonderful hosts will be here to meet and greet with you guys. We will have cooking with Tracy, so we're going to have delicious food, a lot of wonderful experiences, and guest speakers all through the Vail Valley Business Women's Association. It's going to be a wonderful week, and I wish you guys to have a wonderful, safe, exact ventures. And we have a lot of really great things going on in the community, so get yourselves ready for some closeout shows that we have, live shows. We're closing out the summer, and then we have a lot of fall things that are coming out to get us all excited about the next season here in our beautiful valley that we love to call home. Lots of great things, and we're always here to tell you about everything here on Good Morning Vail on TV8. I'm your host, Liz. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and don't forget about the Vail Valley Business Women's event here on Wednesday at 5:30 at TV8. We'll see you guys later.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to